You're Near the Wild with Mat Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska.
All right, we're here back in the bus, another episode of Near the Wild. I'm John Norris.
I'm Mat Becker.
I'm Greg Chaille, and we have a guest.
I'm Bart Bogan.
Hey, Bart.
Hi.
What's going on? Thanks for coming out to the bus today.
Yeah, it's pleasant out here.
Yeah.
You'd probably be doing something like this anyway, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you ice fish at all?
This is my normal gig.
Because this is like ice fishing without fish. We actually have Wi-Fi, but we don't have heat.
It is. It's late November, so it's pretty awful. I don't know. I always forget what winters are like because the summers are nice, and then every winter I'm surprised that it's so cold and so terrible.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Everyone does that.
That's everything.
Yeah.
This is the weather this is the reason I flee. Is this weather we're having right now. When you go outside and there's no moisture in the air or anything, you just go and you can hear every step you make. You can hear your heart pounding, and then you grab a doorknob and you feel like you got frostbite from the doorknob.
Yeah.
And you go, well, I have to get in the house. I'm going to have to use the doorknob. They go, you should get gloves. I go, I had gloves, but Becky took them. Because, see, that's the one thing. People leave their coats in the bar. Hey, did you see a big puffy warm jacket on the chair over there? I go, no, but somebody did. It's -5. Of course they're going to take your coat.
Of course.
You can upgrade
They will-
all week long. You start with a turtleneck, and you end up walking out with a North Face on
A
Saturday.
sleeveless AC/DC jean jacket, and now all of a sudden you're wearing a parka.
Where'd you get that parka? Over there.
It's a form of bartering. Hey, buy you a shot? Want to dance? I'll wait here with the coats.
Tell me when that guy with the fur coat takes off to go tinkle.
Yeah.
Just give me the nod.
Just layer up on salty dog sweatshirts.
Oh yeah.
You ever
Got every color.
Did you ever do that? We went to a wedding one time. We were supposed to go to a wedding, and we went, and there were, it was one of the multi-convoluted things, and so there's multiple weddings going on. So we went in the wrong room. But when you walk in, they say sign the guest book, so you do that, and it's a lady you never met, but again, we vaguely knew the people. So we put our gift on the table. We signed. We went in, and we realized we're at the wrong wedding. So now on the way out, we were like, we need our gift back, and they're like, it doesn't really work that way, and we're like, well, it does, because this isn't our group. And then we were trying to cross our name out of the guest book. She's like, no. I go, no, I want nothing to do with this wedding. I don't even know why it came.
Did you end up getting a better gift?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was
trade
a
up.
Remember, that was always my joke. I go, I don't buy wedding gifts now because people always invite me. Hey, our bartender, you should come to my wedding. I go, why would I go to your wedding? Anyway, so I go, but now I don't buy gifts. I just get a really nice gift tag, and I peel somebody else's and stick mine on it.
Nice.
And now the beauty is when they're opening the gifts, you always stick around for that because you're vaguely known anyway. And then they go, wow, he got us a really nice gift. And you look around from the room, guy going, fuck, I got him the same goddamn gift. I guess they took yours back, gift receipt.
Well, I was just thinking about this. Bart was supposed to be here when we did the Alaska podcast with Doug Stanhope,
Right.
prior to starting the Near the Wild podcast, and he didn't make it. Now he's here on the bus. He's a
Yes.
longtime friend and a bartender over at Chilkoot Charlie's, and a musician about town.
Yes.
A well-known celebrity in his own right.
Greg has been dangling a Bart podcast like for years. Just like we'll get you a recording with Bart. It's gonna be great. You guys can eat wings, talk about stuff. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Wings. Where did that come in?
We had an idea for eating wings and doing a podcast. Mostly it was an idea just to get free wings from you.
You were just trying to get Winky's wings out of me.
That might have
Yeah.
been it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you
and
still
a free
have-
plug.
Do you still have anything to do with Winky's Wings?
Yeah, I'm still half in on that.
They are delicious.
They are. Yeah.
They are the best wings in town, hands down.
Yeah.
I've been.
And is it the one location south of town?
Yep. Old Seward and Diamond.
Because I saw a sign downtown for a while.
That was my partner's
Wink
old location.
L's Wings. Wink L. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know if he ever got that sign back, but that was his location before I was involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
those are delicious
he
wings.
still got it. He expanded the menu a lot too. He's got all kinds of stuff going on out there. It's
Look at
all
you,
good
man.
stuff.
He actually got rid of wings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wings, we ain't got wings.
We don't do that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Pancakes.
got wings.
Have you tried
We got chicken tenders.
We got spaghetti.
tried our banana slider?
We've got ponchos.
Wouldn't it be funny if you have a restaurant and you make all like fatty foods and then you have like a whole cholesterol problem or you have a stroke and then you go back to just like an all vegan and healthy
Paula
diet.
Deen.
People are actually she didn't really do that. She just took $1 billion from the drug company.
Yeah.
But the thing
They cured
is
her diabetes.
all of a
She's
sudden
fine.
now you're trying to sell the same people that are your customers. Like if I go to Mo Meaty Fat Burgers, I go in and they go, no, it's made with carrots and stuff. It tastes just like a burger. I want the Mo Meaty Fat Burger with 3 layers, and they're like, no, we got rid of that.
It's for your own good.
You got to sell down.
We got rid of our drive-through because people shouldn't drive. You should really jog up. Really? Fuck you. Plantains are not French fries.
No, they're really good. No, they're not. No, they're not.
They taste just like potatoes. That's what they'll tell you. Like in Costa Rica, plantains, they taste just like potatoes. Yeah, if you've never had a potato.
Yeah.
They trick you because it looks like it's going to be sweet. And delicious.
Transvestites seem like a girl at first
It looks like it's
until
gonna.
you put ketchup on them.
But you don't know if you like it if you don't try. So you got to get in there.
They look like bananas, right? And
Yeah.
Transvestites?
Then they don't taste.
If you look close enough.
Make it past the hammock.
Yeah, you look behind the curtain, you're just going to ruin the whole experience.
Oz is a little man.
What is going on in the world? We got. We were going to talk about Batkid.
Oh, yeah, that was a great one. The kid who, cancer kid.
Do you know about this, Bart?
You know what? I heard the open micers talking about it last night. That was the first I heard about it.
By the way, that's not a really good place to get your
No,
news.
it's
Right? No, I
From open mic.
thought it was really
Because they
informative.
get theirs from Jon Stewart, and Jon Stewart basically does dumb enough stuff that people can relate. Hear about that banking crisis?
So
Let's talk about Batkid.
So what's the?
Healthcare, Batkid.
So Batkid, this I think he's 5 years old. He has leukemia, and so I guess the entire I really don't.
Well,
know
it's
everything.
the Make-A-Wish
Make-A-Wish
Foundation.
Foundation.
and the city of San Francisco got together to let him run around San Francisco for a day being Batman.
Hang out with Jay-Z
Running
or
around
save San Francisco. It's your call, kid. But I got to make the call right now. I'm leaning towards trolley cars. Yeah.
So he ran around in a costume.
He got to run around in a costume.
Oh, hold on.
No,
The
this is
city-
7,000 people.
The city was at a standstill
Yeah.
as he pulled up in the Bat Lamborghini and a full-size Batman, and the Bat Kid went and solved these problems around town.
They stopped crime?
Rescued a lady, did stuff like that. That was the one I saw.
But yeah, no, and that's it. But the story is basically it made the whole city feel good. Everyone was all giddy about it. They're like, Batkid saved San Francisco. And they said it became a tourist attraction. People want to go retrace the steps the little kid took. Yeah.
What?
They have an app now, Batkid's Journey.
You know there's some.
And there's 2 video games come out for the PS4 already. You
there's
tell
some
me this
guy,
isn't-
some guy waiting for a bus that was 48 minutes late because of Batkid. Just sitting
No,
there
and
fuck this.
that's the part that you're not getting. His last wish was to shut the city down, which is weird because a week before the transit union shut down, and the city was at the same standstill without leukemia. Unions versus leukemia, same deal.
But people are more optimistic when it's leukemia.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
That's the thing.
because that ends good.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Well, you know it's gonna end.
Just make a wish, man. There's no happy endings here.
That's not contagious, is it?
Yeah.
Everyone on the parade route now has leukemia.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That's a lot.
What I was worried about, this kid now has this artificial feeling he actually saved the city because there's no way you don't. I mean, look at Lance Bass, still thinks he's popular. But
Thinks he's an astronaut.
Yeah, I could be an astronaut. He's had more men in his box than the Sears catalog. Okay,
Oh.
go. Our mailbox. Never mind. I fucked it up. Anyway, I had it for the drag show. I didn't use it. All right, yeah. But anyway, so what happens is the Batkid now he thinks so now other cities are going to recruit him. They're like, Detroit, come save us. Kid gets his ass whooped in 5 seconds. Someone killed Batkid. They found him hanging upside down. There's irony.
I only have 2 weeks to live. I can't save all you.
I picked Jay-Z now.
Yeah, that's it. You might want to go with that. I remember when I was a kid, they had a contest. It was hang out for a week with Aerosmith,
A
MTV. Yeah, a week. You get to spend with them up to going into the concert where you get free pass to the concert, but you hang out with them for a week. And I was always laughing because that's when they were clean and sober. What if you didn't know that? You went, Aerosmith, yeah. You go there, they're like, hey, would you like some more bottled water? We're going to go work out. What do you want to do?
I
I
had
don't
a
know.
yoga class in 15 minutes.
When are the whores coming? They're not. We're all happily married, dude. It's like, fuck, this should have been part of it.
Can I talk to you about Jesus Christ?
Yeah. Only if it's doing blow.
Steven Tyler sold me Amway.
So, but it ended up costing. A new report came out, and it cost $105,000 to be Batkid for a day. Which I don't know if that's
How much was it?
$105,000.
Wow.
Is that a lot?
You know what? It's actually $500,000 to have dinner with, what's his name, Warren Buffett. I would go with
I'd rather
Buffett.
have a cake.
That was one of his choices. Dinner with Warren Buffett.
No, the kids aren't choosing that
Hey,
one.
do you have any short stocks tips? I don't have a lot of time to invest here. We have to look at the big picture.
I'll go
That's what I'm doing.
I'll go risky. Let's just. This
Yeah.
is a quick sell.
You got any blood diamonds? I'll take them. I can take the heat.
I mean, there's worse ways to spend $105,000, right?
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? It's. I mean, the city. They piss away more than that on other stuff.
On manhole covers a year, I bet.
There you go.
People keep stealing the manhole covers, and we have to go down to the recycling place and buy them back.
Wait, do people really steal manhole
Yeah, they
covers?
do. They're all steel. That's turns out.
Hold on. Now,
Yeah.
this is one of those times where I'm going to assume Becker's right, but have either of you two heard about this?
No, but I'm sure Becker has
No,
some
I'm not-
connection with the underworld that we don't know
That's-
I
about.
was gonna
okay,
say,
I
knows-
he's-
Just getting the
He knows some
temperature of
shops
the
that
room.
buy manhole covers.
Yeah. No, here's the thing, though. Manhole covers.
No offense, sir.
Manhole covers, I'm telling you, are part of the scrap industry that they don't talk about. Same with brand new copper wire they burn off in the desert, and then they take it in, and they go, well, this is $3 million worth of wire. But now that it's all burned down, it's $80,000 in copper.
Yeah.
But after it's $80,000, they give you $10,000 for stealing it, burning it, and bringing it into us. And there's no questions asked. Before we regulate healthcare or anything else, or why when I go to get tobacco now, they go, I have to see your ID. Do I not look 18? Do you think smoking ages you that much that I could be 16? Really? Is that your answer? And she doesn't even speak English. She says, I have to check. I go, I have to check what? I have to check you. Give me your ID. But the thing is, so these scrap yards are just taking in and scrap, and they know it's stolen. There's no question, but there's absolutely no liability to it. They start putting GPS devices and spools of wire and stuff on job sites, and they start tracking them directly from there to an employee, to a guy, to the same scrapyard. Guess what? That was outside D.C. They go, scrapyard can't be charged with anything. You can't pick up a phone and go, it seems suspicious. One guy in a torn T-shirt keeps bringing in $4 million worth of half-melted wire that still has a price tag on it. No.
He didn't have any
understand.
teeth.
It's
I
good-
thought he was a minor.
It's good for our economy. How is it good for our economy? We have open manholes. You have you seen the people hit by car listening to their iPod or fucking texting? Have you ever fallen in a sewer hole while texting?
Not yet, I haven't.
That is tragedy. That is tragedy. It doesn't end well no matter what. He was slightly bruised, and then later he got a staph infection and died from his sewage treatment.
It's not a very sexy campaign, though. Don't walk and text near manhole covers.
Just
What are they melt? What's a manhole cover made of? Is it like
it's steel.
iron?
What they were doing in some cities, they were taking guns they got on the gun turn-in program, where if you turn in guns or guns
Yeah.
from crimes, and they'd melt down the guns and make manhole covers. But then the NRA came out and said, you can't destroy those. You have to resell those. And believe it or not, they ruled and they said you aren't allowed to melt down guns confiscated in crimes now.
Guns have a right to be guns in America.
Apparently,
I believe.
you can be
is the
aborted
Second
at 6
Amendment.
weeks, but a gun can last forever.
What do they make when they melt down the manhole covers? That
That's-
were melted down guns
No,
Turn them into
to begin
guns.
with.
No.
They
Then
turn
they
the
go
manhole
back-
covers back
Understand,
into guns.
almost all of our
The
salvage
cycle of life.
places, all of our salvage places. The whole reason they did the whole, remember the big lie on turn your car in, junkers for clunkers thing?
Yeah.
They had to freeze the engine so there's no way you could sell the parts or anything else. Cut the seat belts off, did everything. That was all because China didn't have enough steel. They took all of our 70s model
took
cars.
all those cars over.
They crunched them down. They took them over to China, and they made it into steel. And now they're selling us that steel now when they're not making military weapons with it. That's what Junkers. No, that's what Junkers and Clunkers was. And all this time, you sit there watching.
Blood iron.
News is laying there, right in front of you, and people are
Meanwhile-
going, "Have you seen this cat? He plays with yarn." I have.
I just think
Meanwhile,
that
hardworking, multitasking Americans on their phones are falling into open sewers.
all over the place.
All over.
Don't worry, China will make more manhole covers cheaper, and then ship them over, and then we'll ship an empty container back full of stolen.
They make the
stolen
parts for
wire.
the fake
and-
hip after you fall down a sewer and break it.
It just seems
Wouldn't that be ironic? They used to steal to make you.
it just seems that melting down a gun to make a manhole cover is probably the most inefficient way to produce
That
something.
seems backwards.
It seems like that the steel you use for a gun
He was
is a
trying
higher
to.
grade.
He was trying to give back to the community.
They could just have a guy with a gun stand next to the open manhole and tell people to get away from it.
Guard the open manhole.
Skip
skip that.
time.
Skip the
Yeah,
step.
and we don't need a
And
manhole
we created
cover.
a job.
Don't need a manhole cover. Create a job.
And then we don't have the slaves
and
in
the gun.
China.
The gun is being used.
Yeah.
Perfect. See, this is all about solving problems.
I'm done in. You guys want arm jack in the boxes? Go ahead, but I want nothing to do with this. This sounds like a Trayvon Martin to me.
Did you see in the news that was a little segue here?
George Zimmerman.
No, I wasn't going to go
No,
that
you're
way.
not going there.
I'm getting away
We're
from
sticking
guns.
with manholes.
They New York just
like saying
passed
manhole.
a law that says you have to be 21 to buy cigarettes now.
Yeah,
Is
In
that-
where?
In New York.
New York.
It's-
Wow.
You have to be 21. Not
You can die
18.
for your country, but you can't die for your cancer. Cigarettes.
What about the leukemia kid?
Oh, he can get
I think
all the
he
smoke
He, can all,
wants.
he gets all the cigarettes he wants.
It's hard
Yeah.
being Batman. It's a stressful
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
I don't think you check Batkid's ID.
Yeah.
I want to be Batkid, and I want to smoke a cigar. It's any wish I want.
I want to
But-
chain
Did-
smoke in a hospital.
Not to get all fucking topical here, but does that? I don't smoke, but do you think that would fucking stop anyone
No,
from smoking
this is
cigarettes?
exactly my point. My point is I'm at Costco where they now moved for the third time the tobacco area behind where they put spare tires in the store. If you can find it, you can buy tobacco.
Wait, I thought tobacco was up in front.
It was. They moved it now. They moved it over to a back
Oh,
corner,
wow.
and it's on staff. So now you do what I do now
It's on
because
staff.
I'm so angry the fact that it's the highest taxed item in the entire fucking store, and they no longer have anyone doing it. I can go talk to a guy about putting a new furnace in or snow tires. They have a guy standing there 24 hours a day with snow tires. But I go, how about tobacco? Being you're charging me 3 times as much as anywhere else in the world. And they go, oh, we'll get somebody. I go, get them now. I start climbing the fence now because it's a locked fence. I go, apparently I have to go and get myself. The guy's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I go, apparently that's what you want. And then they now immediately get somebody. I think now when I walk in, they go, he's here. They go, drop all the produce. Leave it where it is. Go get this guy. And I will mosey buy tobacco, and I now see him looking at me. And then I go back and look at jewelry, and then I run back towards tobacco. And I start climbing the fence. And then they go, okay, we got you. But the thing is she's asking my ID. I go, why would you need my ID? This is ridiculous. I'm a member. You have it on file how old I am. You know everything about me.
All this for cigarettes.
It's tough being the
No,
last.
but that's the
smoker in
thing.
world.
This is the bullshit part. Is all of a sudden now you're the leper. You go, just ban it all together. Oh, we can't do that. Why? If I had tainted tuna, I wouldn't still be allowed to sell tainted tuna 40 years after you claimed it was bad for me. Oh, come on. Just try a bite, Bart. No, it's cool. But don't do it in front of kids, okay, Bart? They might want some tuna.
Whew. Fucking Becker, man, you're fucking on fire.
Little cigarette rant.
I think I touched a hot topic there. Oh, yeah.
Cocoa.
We do have cocoa,
Yes.
adult cocoa
Yes.
in the bus.
Ryan's
mushrooms and-
70 proof Irish cream.
The mushrooms are
Oh,
pretty
is that
good.
what's in there?
Oh, yeah. I don't fuck
Oh,
around.
Jesus. Here.
Oh, you guys didn't know that? No, kidding.
It's the Everclear of dairy
That's good.
alcohols.
That's good for me.
Thank you.
I didn't bring my cup out.
Oh,
thank you.
awkward.
Drink out
you
of
can
the-
share with
drink out
John.
of the
Oh, that's
thing.
okay.
You can share with
I'm
John.
okay.
Here,
I'm
empty
good.
out that spit cup. Go
All
take
right.
that. John, how long have you known Bart
I've just known him from hanging out at Coots, so
at
I
the
don't
bar?
know.
A few months or something there.
Bart and I met back in eesh,
Jeez, 91.
90 or 91
Yeah.
when I came up with my band Last Call from Southern California. Bart was playing. I don't even think I can remember the band you were in back then, but that was you were playing in a cover band, a local cover band out here.
Yeah.
You're always a guy who's in a bunch of bands, But
Yeah.
back then probably was a little bit slower for you because
Yeah, no, back then I was definitely one band at a time. I think mostly.
what band was it in '90?
I think maybe Sonic or.
Sonic was the first band I think I remember seeing you in because I hated everyone in that band except you. You're the
Yeah.
only one that came over and actually was nice.
There were some strong personalities in
Oh
that
yeah,
band.
yeah. I don't want to say hated.
Wow, that's a band term, isn't it? There was some strong personality.
Personalities.
Yeah, just
They're
like
acquired
Toronto's
taste.
mayor has a strong personality.
Well, they were the kind of guys who would like stand from a distance and fold their arms and stare down bands. Like-
Yeah, and Bart would come over.
I know. It's
Were they a hair band?
so lame.
They have hair?
No, Monty and
Oh,
Dean
Monty.
and
Oh,
James.
it was one of those things.
Monty
Back then,
Monty was great. I was just scared of him. He was huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's Monty
Yeah,
always looked like
intimidating.
he's staring out, and then
Yeah.
Monty would he'd be in the birdhouse,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he'd just smile all of a sudden. I go, he doesn't want to kill me, and he's like, what? I love you.
Oh yeah, no, Monty's awesome. Man.
Yeah.
he's
Are you
intimidating.
from Anchorage, Bart?
Yeah,
You
I was born in Fairbanks, but
Okay.
I grew up here. Yeah, I went to high school here. And
He was
stuff.
reared in Kenai.
Bart has the cabin that we go down
Cell
to
block
during salmon stock. We hang out
Right.
down in Anchor Point.
Anchor Point
is
yeah.
a beautiful place.
And have you you have a cabin up in Fairbanks? Have you been to that one yet?
I've been to it, but I haven't been there. I haven't been up there in 6-7 years.
Oh, wow.
7 years, maybe.
Yeah, nothing ever really changes. up there.
So
No,
what?
No reason a wood building can't be
Hey.
left unattended
I
during
have
fire
Coco.
season. I kept telling him all summer Fairbanks was having these huge fires. I go, how's your place? He goes, I don't know, probably pretty good. It's by the water. I go, do you understand we have fires when we don't have a lot of water? So I don't think you're as close to water as you think.
You know what? I'm kind of lucky because my cabin is right by Chena Hot Springs, and that guy is not going to let his property burn down. So he was going
But
through
this is your
huge
property.
lengths to. Yeah, but I'm right.
I'm
right next to
the
him,
Japanese
within
gonna
a
fuck
quarter
if that
mile.
place burns down.
Yeah, right. I
Chena
know.
Hot Springs is that's like the place to go if you have fertility problems and you're Asian.
What is? I don't know what Chena Hot Springs
Chena Hot
is.
Springs is natural hot springs, a little east of Fairbanks.
Yeah, I've been-
40 miles outside of Fairbanks.
I was in
Yeah,
it. It's all
60, 70
Europeans
miles.
usually, and it smells like rotten eggs.
Well, it's
I could never tell if it was the people in the water or if it's actually the water
I think it's a
smelling.
little bit of both, probably.
But it's a sulfur water, so.
But I think it's Koreans or Japanese.
They have birth problems?
The Northern Lights pop out huge right there.
There's
they-
billions of them.
Asians have a superstition that if you conceive underneath the Northern Lights, it's good luck. So
I thought that was under a lion.
both. So they bring their own line.
I could be wrong.
What about a mushroom cloud? 7 years of bad luck? 7 years bad luck?
Oh.
What? I'm not the only guy with hot pockets.
interesting looking kids.
So we could probably assume that some people aren't familiar with Alaska who might be listening to this.
Yeah.
Fairbanks is 6 hours north.
360 miles north.
All right, so it's more
It's
than
in the interior.
yeah. And
Negative 40 degrees.
the only
north.
way to get from Anchorage down to the lower 48 would be you have to go north to be
Yeah.
able to go south.
Right.
Do you go as far north as Fairbanks?
There's you go to the Toke Junction,
Yeah,
right?
Toke Junction,
So-
and then you can start going east.
I heard this thing on the radio yesterday. They had a thing called the Stevens map. Have you ever heard this? After Ted Stevens,
No.
he when he was
Yeah, I think it ends right in a mountain.
no, this is look. I don't know much about the guy. He was kind of
I do.
He was, well,
He said if we get caught, we'll do a little jail time. Pay a fine.
he
And then everybody told me he's not guilty. I go, he said he was guilty. Why are you talking over the guy who's in charge?
he spent 40 years in the Senate, right?
Doing graft.
Yeah, he
graft.
was in the Senate for forever.
So one of the things, his career was 40 years long. I know that. The cartographers were putting Alaska just off the coast of California, and then Hawaii
Oh,
above
right. Yeah,
that,
right, right.
and like
Right,
across
the
from-
weather one we grew up with.
So yeah, that's why people from Texas think Texas is so much bigger than Alaska because
They shrink it down to
Alaska
fit in the
wasn't
picture.
to scale.
Right.
Because if it was, it would stretch from New York to California. So what they did was he had this map made that had Alaska not only to scale but represented in the proper position as it would be, and it's called the Stevens map.
Why was it called
makes
the-
Alaskans more upset than looking at a map that has Alaska in the wrong spot for some reason?
It's horrible.
Oh, I know.
My
people
sister, I have
lose
a
their
younger
minds.
sister. She thought Alaska was a island between Hawaii and,
Yeah.
and California.
That's very
No,
funny.
It is. And
I think
it's not unfair because really, I mean, your whole life you grew up seeing this. I had to argue with my dad on how many times you could cross into Canada. He goes, you can pretty much drive all that. I go, you can't drive any of it. And he goes, no. I go, there's one real crossing.
There's one, east to west.
And he goes, no, you're wrong. He goes, I pulled out he had a atlas, one of the 3D atlas things. I pulled out, I go, this is all mountains and range. I go, you can't go. Well, you could go somewhere around there. I go, you can't. Blanche, you can't.
Blanche.
But he was just white lightning mad. I go, you're arguing with the guy who lives there, Dad. I get it, but you've never been there.
90% of the population of Canada lives within 100 miles of the U.S. border. It's all populated right along there. And that I just took that. Doug and I were on that little tour through Canada. We started out in Montreal and went. Was that where we started? We started there and basically. Planes, trains, automobiles, and boats to get all the way to the West Coast.
All the way to Vancouver?
Yeah. And at one point, we were a day late taking the train because it just stopped.
Yeah.
And then it would stop for hours.
Well, Batkid he was down.
He tracked the Riddler to Canada.
He was saving Vermont syrup from smugglers.
He's holding the rail up with his back.
No, but Canada, that is one of the fascinating countries where they're kind of like Alaska magnified, where you're right, there's so many desolate areas here that, I mean, you could go somewhere no one's ever been. This is probably the only state you can do that.
I think there are pockets of that all over the country, but this is the
Death
place
Valley,
where you'll probably get eaten.
But every time you think you're completely alone in Death Valley, somebody pops up.
Sure.
Usually a cop. You're like, oh, I didn't think he'd be
So
out here.
does the Stevens map include Canada?
Well,
Because that should just be called the map, right? Why is it the Stevens map?
Well, it's
just
the map that he pushed, and they ended up sending it to schools all over the country.
Does it have Canada on it?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a North American
No,
map.
but
It's a North American map,
okay.
but it shows Alaska in correct proportions to the lower 48.
Yeah,
and
I just don't think he should get credit for it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it was
But he
his
should.
map.
He's
No,
the
I
one
know-
who-
I know
He's the
you
one
did.
who did it.
He gets credit for giving the oil companies tons of breaks, too. Because he did it. He died actually doing what he loved. You know that?
What's that?
Not paying for the airplane flight. Yeah, it was donated to a former senator, and I got nothing against him. Like I said, my only thing when I talk to people about it is this. I go, do you understand? He brought the most pork to the Alaska than anyone else in the nation, and no one saw that there might have been backdoor deals going on and all this. I mean, I'm not just talking hookers and drugs. I'm talking like apartment buildings that were given to one guy and traded in Ohio. A banana farm that gets subsidies in New Jersey.
Plantains?
What? Oh, they're just like French fries. But the government's paying us not to grow them, so we're good.
I think this is a good time to make that statement that Becker's opinions are his and his alone. They're all just sitting right
Hey,
here.
I got something to tell you. Read a book. I tell you, it's great that your Kindle holds 8,000 books, but if you don't read them, it doesn't matter. Idiots.
Oh, we were talking about bands at Coots. You've been playing in bands around town here in Anchorage, but you've also been on Lower 48 and traveled and toured with bands from up here. But
Yeah.
like, how many bands do you think you've been in?
I don't know. Probably close to 30, I guess.
I mean, not really. Like
Something
been
like
in
that.
like you felt like you're like you might make the headshot.
Something like that, 25, 30, but that's, yeah.
Isn't that amazing? But that's the thing. Bart's amazingly talented. And the one thing is, I'll tell you, I knew Bart when I first came up here because he was in the bands. That's when they still had the two bands playing.
Two bands. One, Children
There's
Charlie's
one-
is the bar that we all work at, and they have 3 stages, but 2 stages are fully outfitted for full bands, full PA, dance floor, and everything. And back in the 90s, when I came up here, they would fly in a band from the Lower 48, which was our band. We would play on one stage, and then we would kind of flip-flop, like leapfrog with the schedule, so that when our band was on, the other band was off, and then they would start up, and then we would go on break. So it was always live music playing from, I think we started at 9 back then.
Yeah.
9 all the way till 2:33.
That's when you had to actually buy music. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's when Napster was something you tried to get between shows. Okay.
Buzzing.
There was back then there was 3 stages, seven nights a week.
Yep.
Because there was like the little solo act out on the patio
Yeah,
too.
Dennis
so,
Lynn and
yeah.
Colleen and
Yeah.
Jackie Trinka.
7 nights a week though.
Yeah.
3 stages going. That's crazy.
But it is interesting because it has changed so much, not only up here but down the lower 48. That everyone's a DJ.
Yeah,
everyone's
people
a
don't like live
promoter.
music anymore.
The live music thing is they
Not as
like
much.
tribute acts. There's
Yeah.
money in tribute acts.
That's true. Yeah.
Hell's Bells and Led Zeppelin and all that. But the cover
Cover
market,
band format is
it's
dying.
gone.
Yeah, it really
It's really
is.
weird. But you were doing this back in '90s, and then
Yeah.
you continued through, and now you're bartending at Coots and still playing in what band is it?
Men working for the weekend.
Is it Attinger is the only band that you're in right now, right?
No, see, I'm not even in that band anymore because their Canadian bass player travels now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Another
so-
job stolen from a
Stolen.
Canadian.
Yeah, no, and
Goddamn ice bags.
I'm kind of in no bands right now, really.
Wow.
I played in like 6 bands last year, but I'm not really in any.
Is that why you're
this year.
trying to sell manhole covers?
Right. So I'm in the manhole business now.
Oh,
Why?
that's something different.
Yeah.
Why can't you commit to one band here, Bart? What is going on?
I
I want the Bart experience.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Step into my manhole.
Yeah.
Slow down.
So
It's not, just hired gun kind of a thing, I guess, yeah.
No, that's cool. Because, I mean, that's what I said when I first came up here. I knew Bart from that. And we always kind of knew each other and stuff. And I got in the habit when Bart and I started kind of hanging out in the same circle, I started like busting Bart's balls all the time. And I thought because he's in a band, he could take it. And to be honest, it was brutal. I mean, I would make cheap shots at him every chance I got. And one day he goes,
cover band
dude,"
jokes?
No, yeah, anything. Yeah, it didn't matter. Anything. But it was, I mean, hair, everything, foot size. The thing is one day Bart pulled me aside. He goes, you're just brutal. I thought you hated me. I'm like, no, I wouldn't have said anything if I hated you. And he goes, oh, so you like me? I go, yeah, you're great. And so then we started actually hanging out. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, there was a time. But no, I mean, it was at the point where you just think that somebody's in on it when you're like zinging them all the time. And all of a sudden Bart was like,
That's how you make friends.
you were hurt my feelings. I go, I didn't thought you hated me.
No, you
That's
remember
what-
Tara did the same thing. She was like, that guy hates me.
Right.
I'm like, no.
No, that's yeah.
He's poking fun at you because
I
he
don't
likes
have
you.
to talk to people. When I tell you,
Right.
you look like a gay cowboy.
that means something.
Yeah,
That's like a pat on the back.
Yes, and I think it
Good
is.
job.
So sometimes people don't get it.
When did you first come up here? What year was that?
I came up in 96, 97, and then 98. 99 I moved up here.
99 is when you made the move?
Because I did summers only.
Yeah, Becker came up here doing comedy
Yep.
And
With
with
Doug.
Stanhope, yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about how he basically needed to get paid for a week of work or something, and
Yeah,
it
it
made
was
him
a-
bartend.
It was a
It
good
made him a
scam.
bartender.
No,
yeah.
he got paid. And
Rum
they-
and Coke, what's in that?
And Duran made him,
He
yeah.
made me work because I had a contract said you had to pay me. I go, well, good luck. If you're doing any comedy shows, call me. And then I just ran around getting drunk. And then one morning they woke me up and said, you're going to work. I go, what do you mean work? I'm not doing comedy at 9 in the morning. They go, you're going to day bartend. So I did it. But it was so fun because I still, like last night was just a blast because we had done the drag show, open mic drag.
Last night.
Which you still have remnants of around your eyes.
No, and that was the thing. I was going, I can't work in the dress because not enough people know about the drag show thing. So I'm just saying, but I didn't take the makeup off. And it was, but this is how good the customers are at the Birdhouse and Chilcoot. Not one person they just went, interesting. I go, yeah, thanks. And they stayed all night. They were all laughing,
Good
joking.
color on you.
But if some other guy came in eyeliner, I got a feeling it'd be trouble.
That was fun last night.
But we had done that with Doug. With Doug, when we came up, we did Switcheroo.
Which was a promotion at Coots.
April
like,
1st.
Yeah.
We just do
Where the
switcheroo night.
bartenders would have to go serve and the servers would be bartending.
I think that actually only lasted 1 year.
Yes. Yeah, but
But
it was funny.
But we did continue cross-dressing.
Yes.
At least, yeah.
You know, we tried doing that. I think a couple years ago we were thinking about it, but it's so hard now because, I mean, we're fucking old. We remember how fun that is. Try
don't
and get
make
a
sexy
21.
ladies anymore.
Try and get a 21-year-old with his clean white tennis shoes and his fucking starter cap with the flat brim. Try and get him to put on fucking guy liner and eyeshadow and go. No, don't you see? It's fun to.
Yeah, and it is.
You can't explain it.
They
They're just
all-
going fucking step. You know, there's you step on my shoes.
We don't like fun. We just like fighting each other.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess The bar, it's like Doug always says, the bar stays 21.
Yeah.
Bar is always 21.
Yeah.
I am not 21.
No.
I had a kid do that the other day. He was a jackass. He smashed like an egg on the bar. I'm like, don't do that. I clean it up. I go, just don't be a jackass. Whatever. He gets smashed and he goes, you clean it up. I go, no, now we're done, dude. And so I start yelling. I'm like, you fucking idiot, you fucking fat fucking stupid fuck. He goes, you're old. I go, yeah, I know. How old are you? He goes, 23. I go, you are so overweight and fucking, by the time you're my age, you're going to, what, I'm working and I'm old? What the fuck is your point? My point is you're a sloth. And I go, when's the last time you saw your dick, you fat fuck? And he's just like frozen going, you can't talk to me like that. I go, I can do whatever I want. Now get. And he leaves. And then later, I was going to throw him out. But
Now get.
we couldn't find him, right? So this girl comes up to me and says, I saw him on dance floor. I walked up and go, you have a tiny dick and you shouldn't talk to bartenders like that, you fat fuck. And I went, this is like Doug's old joke with French fries. Don't tell a girl she's fat. Or no, don't hit a girl because that's wrong and you'll go to jail. Tell her she's fat. Every time she hears you want fries with that, you'll think of her. And that's exactly this kid. Everywhere in the bar, I had 3 people go up to him and go, you're a fucking piece of shit for talking to him that way. You're an asshole. And this guy's now so self-conscious. He's like, I am overweight. I need to do something in my life before I'm old.
You inspired him to turn his life around. He was dancing, trying to burn calories.
Or he's playing the knockout game right now downtown. Those are the 2 choices we have here.
Both are very healthy activities.
The knockout game. I heard you guys talking about that too. See, that's another one that I got from open
It was
mic.
on the news again today.
But remember we talked about them?
Yeah.
They literally, after we talked about it, they're now using the term sweeping the nation. Stop saying sweeping the nation. It's not sweeping the nation at all.
That's where they run up behind people and try to punch them.
Well, what it is one person's like the video I saw was a school teacher with his briefcase, walking down the street, and there's
6 to 10.
6 to 10 street
David
toughs,
Sedaris talks about
Like-
6 to 10 black men.
like walking towards him, but it's like you guys are 2 ships passing the night. It's gonna go, you're just gonna walk by. But right when the school teacher gets even with this group of kids, one of the kids turns around and just fucking whammed right in the cheekbone there, just the knockout punch, and the guy just it is like he's stunned. He just like goes rigid and goes flat
And hits
right
his head on the curb.
Yeah.
And this is happening in every neighborhood, on every street in America. Because the news only works if they're terrifying old people.
It's
I
happening.
heard Polk, Iowa is having a big problem now.
it's
The
huge.
tornadoes have passed, but the knockout game continues to threaten the community. There's no
didn't-
siren for
It
that.
didn't even stop during the tornado.
There's so many small towns in America that only have one street and nobody's going outside because they know it's going to happen.
For a game that they were so
Autistic
concerned.
children are knocking themselves out playing the autistic game.
Playing the autistic game.
That for this to be sweeping the nation, how come they showed the same 2 videos on a loop
I don't know.
while they were talking about it? There was only 2 videos that they had, and they're like, "Who would put all of these videos online to promote?" And it's like, wait,
Well, they
hold
don't
on.
want to show a failed knockout punch.
Yeah, I'm sure they're
kind of
there are-
Kids
Well,
working up
yeah.
in the ranks.
Well, I will
Yeah.
tell you the story that's
can't
now
win
Fall
every
into a
game.
manhole right when you're about to swing.
the story that in Lansing, Michigan, the story that's now following up is knockout game gone bad for this guy. And what happened was he went to do the knockout game, but his knockout game version was they take an 1800 or 1.8 million volt stun gun, and he went up to stun the guy, and it didn't work. And so the guy saw what he did. He was waiting to pick up his daughter at the bus stop, and the guy tries it, and he's got 6 friends with him, and it didn't work. So then he backs off. Well, the guy has a gun. So the guy pulled out a gun and shot him twice in the ass. And the guy's running away bleeding. He's going, please don't shoot me. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. I'm a bad person. And he's like bleeding. And the guy's like, I'm going to blow your fucking head off. And he didn't do it. But the point is, they're
Well, the
going
guy
like,
with the
this
gun
is the
didn't
big
know.
get even.
The guy with the gun didn't know how to play the knockout game, apparently.
Yeah, you get one shot.
Dude,
I am not sure how the rules work.
He already won, and then he showed some poor sportsmanship by rubbing it in.
There was another case where the knockout game. See, that's what I'm telling you. It's the residual of the game now is coming out, where the game is evolving.
It's a new game.
Yeah, and now there was a guy who stabbed
Shoot him in
someone
the ass
too. No,
game.
someone stabbed somebody in like outside of Atlanta. Somebody
wow.
tried to knockout game, and the guy, obviously Mexican, pulled out a knife and stabbed him like 3 times. And the guy's
Could've
like,
been
"Why
Puerto
did
Rican."
you stab me?" And
Like, don't
you know
know
what
how
his
to
friend
punch.
said? His friend said, "You weren't strong enough to knock him out, so you deserved it." And they left. So now this guy's been stabbed. This guy's been shot. My point is, this could turn into another NBA.
Oh, well, who wants to
Nice.
take the time to learn how to properly punch somebody when you can just stun gun them or stab them? Like the game's just evolving.
There's no patience, is what the kids don't have any.
No.
It's like
patience.
Guitar
No,
Hero.
but after they after they play the game, they're like completely void of any responsibility. They're like, "Whoa, okay, we were bored. We shouldn't have done it." I go, "You're going to jail for 5 years, dude. You're gonna play the knockout game every day. You really want to go in with your best game?"
I want to talk about, snowbirding, being a snowbird and getting the fuck out of here. I want to figure out how to do that, but I don't know.
Buy a house in Costa Rica.
Should I just buy a house in Costa Rica
Yeah,
and then
Well,
just leave? Like,
well, the real key is don't work for public radio.
I work in public television. It's a little worse than that.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't know they still had that. Anyway, no.
This is a good topic. Becker has a place. He and Becky live down in Costa Rica. It's a couple months every year you go down, and it's when you get what you call rabbit blood.
Yeah, Prozac. It's my Prozac.
It's your Prozac.
I can, like right now, we're cold, right? This is great, but people don't realize this goes through Easter.
Yeah.
We had snow on Easter last year. We're the reason they color Easter eggs. So you can find them in the yard. And I just can't take that long a winter. And when I moved up here, that was my agreement with Becky. I said, we're going to leave every January. We got to get out of here or something. And so we've done it. But the other thing is that's also when the bar slows down. So I'm in one profession where it slows down. They actually lay people off. So I go, well, let them work whenever they want to work. And that way you don't have to lay people off. I'll take the loss and I'll go somewhere warm.
That's how it ended up. But what was the plan? Because I think what John here, young John, is
How do
trying
I
to figure
get
out.
to this point in my life? How long have you been leaving every?
And what did you do before you had the place in Costa Rica? Were you taking trips, or were you?
No, that was when Becky and I got married in 2000. So we've been doing it 13 years. We've been leaving. And it just evolved from there. I mean, obviously it's easier just to, you can always just leave. But if you want to leave for an extended period of time, we get down there. We have everything all set up. Everything's all done. We have pool now. Everything's good. So it's basically just like going from our big yard with a little house here to a big yard with a little house down there. And so it's basically we just transfer it, and we have the same thing except for our dogs.
Yeah, but you haven't had the place in Costa Rica for 13 years.
No, we've had that for 8.
So what did you do before you transitioned to getting property down?
We went we go down to, that's when we went to Belize that one year. We went to Costa Rica the first year, 2001, and then we went to Belize to go check that out. And then we went to Costa Rica after that every year. And we just drove the coast to figure out the country. Because it's the one country where you own the property. Mexico's talking about doing what they've done. They're saying, we need to get this whole Miguel's part of your lease, and it's a 50-year lease. They go, we need to just sell the property to the U.S. if you want to come down and invest. Because no one feels it's stable down there between that and the 6 heads in the duffel bag. You got to realize we found the one country where it's actually 80 degrees every day, and it's beautiful, and there's no rain. Belize,
during the time
we were
you're
down
there.
in Belize
During the time you're there, because
Yeah.
there is a monsoon
right. No,
season.
it comes in right after we leave.
Yeah.
And it gets very hot towards the end of February. But the thing is you have to find that spot. You can go to Las Vegas and they can have 43 in January, February. I mean, that's the thing. Winter's winter.
So-
and we went all the way down the map, and that was the closest other than Ecuador.
And there's no chupacabra in Costa Rica.
No, thank God.
So, but aren't
Actually, they
there-
called it typhoon.
So how do you take care of all the like loose ends, all the shit that you have going on up here, to just leave for 2 months?
We have full internet down there, so I can do everything. I do everything
He
down
can
there.
adjust his thermostat.
Yeah,
Alright.
I can play
online.
Angry Bird. Yeah. No, we have house sitters that come in and watch our place and do everything.
This is a multi-step thing.
No, and
But you
that's-
got to find your place. You got to have a job that lets you be able to take off to be able to do that, or just take a lot of small trips.
One of my biggest complaints I have with people, they always go, "Oh, you're so lucky." I go, "I'm not lucky. We actually plan for it. Becky
Yeah.
and I save all year."
Ugh,
So
planning and
everything-
saving, I'm out. I'm out.
No,
Game
but,
over.
But here's the deal.
I was hoping it would be something else.
Some kind of magic
I thought there'd be
carpet.
some other trick to this.
Where do I buy the magic carpet that takes me down there?
Yeah. But no, and that's the key is you just have to decide if you want to do that. And for me, it's perfect. And Becky's actually on board now, and she goes, "I could leave even longer, maybe." But she owns a hair salon, so it's very tricky for her. She literally is working from Christmas till the day we leave, 7 days a week until we leave. And when she gets back, she goes down for 6 weeks. That 3 weeks I'm gone, she's working 7 days a week to get everybody caught up and do it. I come back and go, "How's everything?" She goes, "This is the first day off I've had since you." And I go, "I got to go to work."
You need a vacation.
But I always come back for St. Patrick's Day because that's always a fun drinking holiday.
Yeah.
Well, I'm jealous. Maybe, on the next podcast, I'm going to be talking about a little shack that I found on a beach somewhere. So
No, you could go to Philippines. It's very cheap right now.
You can just walk along the beach and pick up parts for your house.
You know what you got to do? Get a hold of the Red Cross. Say, I would like to volunteer to go help clean up. And 2 months, you get no pay, but you get to
Just
hang
walk
out.
the beach till you find something and say, nope, I own
This
this.
house is mostly intact. Let's go up to the fucking boat over here.
It's in the ocean, but it's still intact.
Bring a blue tarp. I mean, I'm not a holiday guy.
No, see, here's
It's a
the
pain in the ass for me. I usually work. I've been played in bands my whole life, up until, recently. And every holiday, we'd eat or something, but then we'd go play. And we'd always be busy. New Year's, I don't know what the fuck to do on New Year's.
Yeah, if I ever had a New Year's off,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah.
But no, and that's it. So I've always, every Thanksgiving, I've always worked. So I go in and work on Thanksgiving, and
Christmas.
it's such a horrible night to work because everyone's eating all day, and they've drank their fair amount. And the only reason you get people out at all is because their families are all together and they can't stand you. So they go anywhere. We don't care. But we're calling the cops. And so you get them, and they sit there, and everyone's so full. It's really funny to watch because they'll sit there and nurse a beer for like an hour, and they're just like, I'm so full, and beer will just expand them. So they're just sitting there going, oh my God, I'm just fucking and they're on food coma. So at the end, but this is the part where I can't eat Thanksgiving dinner like that because I have to go work and jump around. So if I go in there fat and happy, I'll just stand there going, what do you want? Okay. So I don't eat until that
That's
night.
me every day of my life.
So Thanksgiving is the night.
Try
The
bulimia.
night I pre-record the Macy's Day Parade. I get off at 4 a.m. after Thanksgiving. It's actually Friday, Black Friday. Oh, that's the other thing I've always wanted to do is Black Friday. We get work at the bar. We get off. We can go hit all the sales.
Well, they all start on like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, now they've
Yeah, they're
ruined
jumping,
it.
yeah.
Because I did it one year and it was really funny because people are just insane. They're like, oh, it's a cordless drill. Blah.
Did they
They're like,
wait outside of Best Buy here?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but they open now they open the
5
night
in the
of
morning or
Thanksgiving,
something, right?
And a couple of years ago, I went to Target. Like the first year Target was up here, and me and a friend went at like 3 a.m. to Target, and it was just insane. So many people, and the line to check out was like wrapping around the inside of the store and like going up and down aisles. And I look at people's carts, and they have like a set of knives and some nail polish remover. And I'm like, what are you?
You wouldn't believe the bargain.
$3?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
No, this has always been my
I wouldn't
argument.
believe the deal I got on these knives.
In Alaska, of all places, too, where we're all somewhat hoarders because you never know what's going to happen. But the thing is,
we're gonna need the TV.
but that you go and watch, and like the day before Thanksgiving, the Costco is insane. There's lines going all the way back to where the people are handing out free food samples. But these people, I go, it's one day. We're not ready for 9/11 if you can't handle one goddamn day.
And they do the free food samples every day.
Yeah.
It's not just Black Friday.
Oh, Bart,
That's
no,
the
that, that sounds like a band guy talking there.
yeah, that's lunch.
It's really good. What
It's
is it? Can I have
lunchtime.
another one?
You can do all that shopping online now, right? All the Black Friday specials you can
Yeah,
get
yeah.
online.
Yeah.
So it's just stupid to go wait in those.
Yeah, that's
wait
what we're
in
gonna
those
do
lines.
for the podcast gear you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it on Black Friday.
Well, bam.
We'll
This is gonna be
participate in the
I'll fit it.
consumerism.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No shop Friday. That's
What?
the
Is that a thing?
The alternative. Yeah. It's
Small Business Monday.
Small Business Monday.
Yeah. After everyone's broke.
Business
After
Yeah.
everyone's broke.
What the fuck is this?
They
Small business.
small
Monday.
business because they said you're supposed to go shop local. You're supposed
After
to go.
you,
To,
That's all you can do here.
we'll go eat at Mama O's and then we'll swing
Oh.
by the flypaper.
All right. Buy a decorative lamp.
Winky's Wings.
But yeah, you can always give.
Wings.
You can always
Sure,
give.
they have gift cards. Make great.
Yeah, you
gifts.
can always give people gift cards.
Wings make great stocking.
Remember,
stuffers.
Absolutely.
when
Put
the
'em all in
company
there.
goes under, Chili's, the gift card is no longer any good.
You want to open this one on Christmas Eve? This-
Hey, this is interesting. John at one time was I'll say bragging about eating the hottest wings we could find.
Yeah.
And we went to. Did we end up doing it? Did you have the contest with Terry?
We didn't do it.
oh, Terry Sharp.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Terry Sharp.
he's-
He's in the
he
band Spunny Chaos from Louisiana, and he eats the what?
That was me.
You guys did it.
We did it. Me,
Okay, 'cause
Terry, and Marley.
We went to do it first with John, and John. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and they have like a 5 alarm or whatever the fuck it
was
is.
terrible.
But yeah, and Terry couldn't make it, but John showed up anyway, hung the fuck over, which was, I don't know how you could do that, but then Terry still wanted to do the competition. So that's what I'm.
So
I'm
that's
getting
what
at.
I did it
You did it.
with Marley and myself. So here's how I do it.
Marley's another bartender at Coots.
This is-
and Terry is the band member from Spun and Chaos, and you were having a competition.
So if you want to know how my mind works, this is how it worked. We agreed to do this. We're going to do it Sunday at
You really don't wanna
5.
know this.
We're all going to meet there. I go in at 11 into Buffalo Wild Wings, order their wings, ask to see the really hot ones that we're going to get. Matt, take a picture of it, match the color, go home, take food coloring and a very light sauce, and remake this with wings I'd pre-bought and cleaned off.
You reconstructed
This
a
is
faux sauce.
diabolical.
Yes. So now I wrap
Faux
that up.
sauce.
I now go into the restaurant, tell the lady that's going, we're going to come in and get wings. You need to bring me these wings when we order.
They're going to bring 3 orders out that are super hot, but yours is going to
Fake.
actually be the fake one, and that she is in on it. She's your Confederate.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so we go in
The
to sit
inside
down
man.
and eat these.
You gotta have the
these
inside
guys are
man.
eating 5-alarm butt busters. and I'm
Inferno
like,
wings.
Yes. So I'm like going, this
Butt
is
busters?
these are perfect. So we sit down to do it. She brings out my wings, everything. They're suspicious already. They're like, what the fuck's going on? Something's weird. Because she's like, oh no. I go, I know her from the Burn House. That's why I
These
know
are
her.
Matt's. How does she know your name?
She's like, because she was setting them down. She goes, these are his. And he goes, Mark, or I think Terry goes, well, I'll take those then. He goes, no, these are his. And she got defensive. But it didn't change anything. He was like, well, that wouldn't make a difference. So then we're eating the wings. Well, what happens is they got all that stupid table topper plastic shrines of,
the vertical menus and the stuff
yeah,
that's
the
blocking.
sugar and
tents.
rum,
Yeah,
sugar
yeah.
and rum, sugar and rum. Why do we need this?
Sugar and rum.
So Marley places these over here, and we, at the little table, and we're like, all right, we're doing the wing challenge. Ready, go. And we're doing it. Well, I have to go like these are
pretend.
really hot. Marley, on the other hand, I didn't know was a North Carolina wing king who has gold medals in the fucking event. He said, I knew when I put those up there, I didn't want you to see what I was doing. He fucking strips them with some kind of weird shucking maneuver.
Like,
Oh, there's a technique.
Puts a full wing in his mouth, pulls a bone out.
But I'm watching Terry because he's from Louisiana. No, I think he's going to be our hot spot. And all of a sudden, I'm fucking doing it, and I'm eating mine at a reasonable rate, and I'm going, okay, I'll speed up. And Marley goes, done. And I go, I cheated to lose? This is like cheating with Doug at Scrabble. I gave him all the Z's and X's, and it worked. Yeah, so I lost, but that was how involved it was. It was really funny. And then after
Spent
we
a
were done
week
with
setting
it,
this up.
after we were done with it, I showed him all the pictures of every step. Me pulling in at 11, took a picture of the clock, talking to the girl, showing that, going to a table to see the hot wings and can I take a picture of wings? They're like, I guess. It's 11 on a Sunday. Do you think these people want you taking pictures of their food? No. So anyway, the whole process was brilliant, and I'll relive it someday.
So Marley won.
Yes, Marley won.
And Terry
Marley won with the 5-alarm wings.
and you were basically eating sugar wings.
No, I couldn't have
And came-
sugar.
and came in
it was
second.
food coloring and some really light Franks.
Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah, Franks,
That's
but
it.
I watered it down
Yeah.
and then I put food coloring so it was the right
Sure.
dark brown look.
And then Terry got third.
Yeah, Terry took third in the fucking rig game. What an idiot.
What an idiot.
I mean, I want in on this competition. I like what I'm hearing here.
Well, let me know what time you want to do it.
Okay, I will.
I need specifics here.
We should do it.
We can't just wing it.
Well, John out of Winkies, he's got at least like a 2 million Schofield rating. Ghost pepper sauce.
Let's do Winkies.
And it's,
Whoa.
You want to do Winkies
you know how the
Sunday?
Schofield rating
Oh,
works.
Sunday's Christmas party.
I've done the bar. The Anchor used to have wings for a short period of time, and they had ghost pepper.
Do you remember what the rating was?
No, he didn't tell me the rating. But
I
it
did
was
light
like
a cigarette
base
off of it.
habanero sauce with the ghost pepper extract in it. And before they let you take the challenge, they make you just take the ghost pepper extract on a toothpick and put that in your mouth
Oh yeah.
to see if you are going to quit or not. And the thing is, like, just putting the straight extract in your mouth is as bad as eating the wings.
Yes.
Because your mouth is just like, your
Yeah.
tongue is just swelling with heat.
It's actually worse.
It's
oh, yeah.
terrible. And they make you, so I did it, and I had people watching, so I went through with it, and I had to wear rubber gloves. They make you wear rubber gloves to handle the wings.
And goggles?
No goggles. They didn't care about eyes. And so you have to eat 5 wings in 5 minutes, and you can't drink anything. And so I'm eating them, and like a glob of sauce lands on my lip, and I didn't want to wipe it off because I was trying to get done in under 5 minutes, and my lip just starts twitching like uncontrollably. I can feel the sauce just like burning into my pores. And I did it, and it was great until about like an hour later, my back just started hurting. Like I had never like eaten anything so hot that I had like back spasms. And it felt good to win, but it was a rough night. It was a really rough night.
Well, I'm bringing Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Sounded pretty solid.
Becker, you can't do the hot though, can you?
I can do hot.
like
No,
the fucking
I can't do sugar.
off the but
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
a fingertip of the stuff you're talking about.
Yeah.
And my whole face, my eyes were watering, obviously, but my whole face was destroyed. And then I went and took a piss. I got it on my dick, so then my dick was stinging. I thought I had washed my hands. I got it in my eye. My eye was stinging. My nose was running. I was coughing. My throat was all fucked up. It was about an hour. I was
We're never
miserable
doing-
over one little dab on my
Yeah.
fingertip.
I did the same thing with cocaine.
Crocodile.
I'll just tell this one really quick. We spoke last podcast about Guam when I was there. We were there for Marlboro cigarettes and Miller beer. So we had to do other things besides playing in the club. We played in the club 6 nights a week for 3 months. And there was a thing called Liberation Day when the locals in Guam, Chamorros and Guamanians, were actually liberated from the Japanese that took over the island for a while. And when the U.S. just fucking bombarded the island with ordnance out of the range of the Japanese guns, just day and night, just pounding into the city, right? Well, when they finally liberated the local people, they now have a celebration every day, kind of like our 4th of July, called Liberation Day. That's where we're supposed to play. We get done at 5 a.m. We have to line up and get on the back of a float and play just like heaven to the 4-star general who's just, probably asleep with his eyes open as we go by. We're wasted still from the night before. And then all the people saw us on the float. So after the parade, which just goes, 2 miles or something down the thing, all these ladies are giving us everyone's got the blue tarps and the picnics on the weekends. Out here, the Pacific Islanders very, very big into the family on the weekends and stuff like that. And this one lady had this thing of chicken, and I go, I'll have some of that. And they're giving us all this food. We're just lining up. And she's all, no. And I'm all, no, the chicken thigh. She goes,
I see where this is going.
no. I've been drinking all night, a little bit of sleep. I want that chicken. She goes, no cry. No cry. I took one bite of that chicken, and it was like Bart was saying, you all of a sudden realize something really bad is about to get worse. Fast forward 5 minutes later, I'm sitting in the ocean off the shore. In the ocean, it's shallow water, splashing salt water into my mouth because I don't know what else to do.
Right.
I'm just like, I gotta just walk, and I was like walking into the ocean.
One bite.
Walking into the ocean.
One bite. Oh my god! And the lady was like, "Don't cry."
Don't cry.
Meanwhile, she's got an empty baby's carriage next to the chicken. You're like, what happened to the baby? Oh, he cried.
It was
He cried real bad.
He cried.
I
Oh,
can't
she
go
was
out.
saying die. Oh, I get it.
Oh my god!
That's
Reliving
great.
it.
See, we should go back to Guam.
I keep looking like what's going on over there, and it's actually a huge destination for Japanese tourists. The one place they want to go is America or Hawaii.
They wanted to go there a lot longer than you think.
Yes. Well, Guam is one of the top 3 destinations for people who leave, who actually can take vacations in Japan. So there's huge influence over there because they have strippers and guns, and the Japanese love that.
Good combo.
Oh my God! There's gun clubs all
Throwing
over
some
the islands.
karaoke.
Yeah,
It's really difficult to have a gun in Japan.
yeah.
Well, it's very difficult to have a Japanese man have a Korean stripper, too. Again, read a book.
All right. Well, yeah, that'd be a great. Actually, that's probably a good. John, that might be a good destination for you to
Get
look into for
a
your.
shanty in Guam.
How's your Japanese?
Poquito.
You'll do fine.
You might consider Costa Rica again.
Well, you've spent a little time with us, and we appreciate it. For Near the Wild, I'm John Norris.
I'm Mat Becker.
I'm Greg Chaille.
And I'm Bart Bogan.
Thanks, everybody.
You've been listening to the Near the Wild podcast with Mat Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska on Mat Becker's backyard bus. Engineered by me, Greg Chaille.
I think the punishment in Russia for protesting in Red Square is they nail your balls to the ground.